Hey guys, it's Eric. Today we'll be checking out this Autel TS508. Let's do it. So here we are with this thing. Autel reached out to me. They apparently watched one of my videos on, I think it was the 908, which is a great scan tool that we use at work. And they were so happy with that. They wanted to send this my way. They did want me to put it on the main channel, so I'm going to do that for them. But this is a tire pressure TPMS programming tool and a diagnostic tool. I don't have any sensors to program right now, but I will go through the rest of it with you. It's their newer model. It's a really nice model, and we actually have the previous generation of this at work, so it's not too much of a surprise to understand how this one operates. So it does have register and update scan, so you plug this thing in and you get lifetime current updates, which is really nice. But let's take a look at the main tool here, and you guys are gonna like this. So pretty easy to use. This right here, you drop your sensor into that and it helps program it. You can quick program. We have our toolkit, we have our test, we have all this great stuff to go through here. So let me just start with quick mode here. I'll go into that. If I wanted to program one, you can see coverage is incredible. We'll go to a Mitsubishi and we're going to go to Mirage, and it's going to give us the dates. This is going to be at 14 to 21, and it tells you the frequencies, right? And we're going to scan it. I'm going to go outside, we'll scan it, but we can program a sensor with this. We can do a relearn, and we can also read sensor information. So this tool is not only good tool, it's really fast to use. And if you have broken a sensor, or if a customer wants to come in and get a sensor replaced, nothing is more frustrating than wasting time trying to program a sensor or figure out what sensor I need, what megahertz it's going to be. I honestly think tire pressure sensors about drive me nuts. And they've been around for, over a decade now, but they still tend to tick me off because up until the last, maybe 6 or 7 car years, there were so many different variations that you always felt confused. Once we got this tool, I don't feel all that confused anymore, and I really think that Autel really got it nailed with this tool. So advanced mode, I'm not sure I've ever really gotten into that, but let's play with it. We'll go back into the Mirage. Okay, so we have a diagnostics there, so it's probably going to be just the looking at it and saying, hey, we have a weak battery or something like that. Position relearn is interesting. We might play with that when we go outside. And it's cloudy outside today, so hopefully we'll be able to see this even out with the car outside, but we'll see when we get out there. Toolkit, I'll get into that. Okay, we can see what our RF monitor is if I want to go into that. It wants to know, I don't have any key fobs on me, but you can check if a signal is good. So like, we had a customer about a month and a half ago now that came in, relatively new car, less than a year old. Key fob was dead. First thought is, well, it's less than a year old, it's got to be defective. But it turns out, I don't know, when they put it in their purse or something like that, they must have had a button depressed for 24 hours straight. So it just killed the battery, and we were able to verify that with that. So. And we're not going to do any updates here, but you could do updates, and we'll go into the about so you can take a look at that. And I mean, it was made in January of this year, so the software's not that out of date. We don't have any 2023s rolling in here just yet, which is a good thing if you ask me. And you can turn off, also I'll go in there, you can go into settings there if you want to, and turn off the beep. I know a lot of people get destroyed by the beep. So there we go, no more. We can change that to miles, and we can change that to Fahrenheit, and we can change that to PSI. So I mean, you can go in here and change the things that matter to you. It's not that big of a deal. And that's it, right? Now, I do want to point this out because it is something worth noting, although I think it's actually an advantage rather than a disadvantage. This tool, much like the old Foxwell one that I have here at the house before it, they require you to purchase Autel quick sensors, quick program sensors. So that's just something to be aware of. Now, most cars these days, they don't require you to plug into the OBD2 port to reprogram. A lot of them it is, you're going to walk around, which we're going to do here in a second. You're going to walk around and you're going to figure out which sensor's bad. You're going to break down that tire. You're going to program a sensor. You're going to stuff it back in there, and then you're going to, go through like a 5-key on, honk the horn, whatever, to readapt those over. However, there are a lot of cars, and I almost find it easier. So I'm really happy that this has it, because the last tool that we had did not. It does have an OBD2 plugin. So after you're done programming it, well, you can plug into this thing. We already have the car picked out, and so you go in there and ta-da, it programs it for you and lets it know, hey, recognize this new sensor as being a part of this car. Really, really nice stuff. All right, let's go outside. We're going to go to the Mirage. We're going to show you. I'll just walk around and read the tires for you, and that'll pretty much wrap up this video. It's not terribly long, but if you're interested in buying a TPMS tool, you probably already know most of what you need to know. The real question you're going to have is this thing convenient to use? Is this something I want to own? The answer is, having used one of these exact models, I think actually maybe the 506, but literally like functionally identical. I love it. It's a great tool. We have it at work, and the sensors are very cheap compared to some of the quick sensors you can get out there. So again, having it locked to Autel sensors is not something that's going to be hurtful. It's going to be pretty simple for you to go ahead and program. Let's do it. All right, here we are. Now I've just gone in and said scan all sensors. So it is telling me, hey, do this first one here, and it wants me to trigger it. And there it is. It's already got it, 31.8 psi. Right, and now it's telling me to go to the right front, so I'll walk around to that side. I will say it was very quick to read that. .6 right there, so real quick, and now it wants me to go to the rear. .1, looks like I need to be taking better care of measuring my tire pressures, eh? All right, and then to the last one. Now, if your car has a full-size spare, it'll ask you to check that one as well. In this case, the Mirage doesn't come with that. And that's all of them. So there you go. So yeah, so it's going to ask if I have a spare. It would check that. But I mean, we're done. So if I have a light on for a tire pressure sensor, and I just registered, all 4 or all 5 if it has a full size spare, well, then I can rule that out. And then we would go into advanced diag, and we could take a look at those sensors and take a look at battery life. We could take a look, see if one lost its programming. So pretty awesome. Well, I guess that's going to do it. Like I said, it's not a terribly long video, but it really doesn't need to be with a tool that's this automated. I hope you like it. I'll leave a link as to where you can get one of these things. And thanks to Autel for sending this to me. This is a great tool and something I will keep in my inventory for many years to come. Till next time, my friends, take care.